Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a style tutorial on these box braids. I've watched a lot of box braids videos for you. This is the only one and the last one that you'll ever need to watch. I'm going to show you two different ways to install them. One using a rubber band method, one not. Super easy, super user-friendly, very innovative if I do say so myself. So if you are interested, please keep watching. I hate going to the salon and I hate paying for braids before we get started, just so you know. They're extremely expensive for no reason. And then I also really don't like going because I feel like people just rip my hair out. They're too tight, you get a headache, so you're paying all this money for it to really not be a protective style because it's just too tight and you have a headache and all that. It's terrible. So I have learned to do them myself. I watched a lot of videos. A lot of them didn't work for me. I couldn't get the roots tight and whatever. So I'm just going to show you my super easy way to do it. Whilst they're still neat, but they're super easy and user friendly, and it's truly idiot proof. Like, you cannot mess it up. At least I don't think so. But you know what? Hey, spill the tea. Let me know if you tried it and it was terrible. I really hope you enjoy. Like I said, I'm going to show you two ways. So watch the entire video and let's go ahead and get started. Hello, good morning, and welcome back to my channel. Got a little frog in my throat. So today I'm gonna do another protective style with my hair, and I'm going to show you because over the past probably 6-7 months, I've actually figured out how to easily put in twists and passion twists and all that. Yeah, combining a few of the techniques that I've seen on YouTube. So I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to put in the braids. This set, they're going to be very big. I'm not really doing much over the next couple weeks, so I'm just trying to install something just so I don't have to think about my hair while I get ready for the holidays and all of that. So I've already finished the back, and I think I only have like 12 twists back there. Usually people would use a lot more hair, but my personal taste, I like them to look a little bit more realistic with like a normal amount of hair in there, excuse me, not like super duper thick braids. I don't really, because I know my hair is not super thick, so I don't know, I feel like it kind of looks a little weird on me. Anyway, so yeah, this is just halfway done, and I'll show you the back. I just kind of put it back in a ponytail, but you can use a similar type of technique with passion twists as well. I have done that, and if you're interested, I can do another video. We're just gonna do braids this time. Now my hair looks crazy, but show you kind of what we're working with. Tools of the trade. So my hair is dry. If your hair is already wet or moisturized, you can kind of obviously do whatever you want. You can start on blow dry hair if you want to. I don't find it necessary, so I don't ever do it, but I do have a spray bottle. I have these rubber bands. These are the ones that break if there's too much tension on them. So they're like anti-breakage little rubber bands. I got these from my local beauty supply store, but you can also get them on Amazon. You also need one of these threaders. I find this a lot easier and less damaging than a crochet hook, because sometimes if you don't close it, like, it can like yank on your hair and whatever. And also I find this easier if you're doing bigger braids, because I was not able to find a very large crochet hook. So this works perfectly for me. And I have clips. This is the only brand of clips that I use. These are the brand Annie, and they're the only ones that do not break that I've tried. So yeah, love these. And then you'll need like your products of choice, like an oil, leave-in, conditioner, whatever. Like, I'm just kind of pretty much slapping these things in my head so we can get on with life for the next 2 weeks. Okay, I'm gonna start by moistening my hair. Like I said, if yours is already damp, you're probably fine, but this is bone dry. Bone dry. I have a rat tail comb, and I think I'm only going to do 2 braids in the front. I start by kind of like finger parting first, and then I'll go make it more straight after. I find it's just easier for me to do it that way. Okay, so I think I've decided I'm gonna have 3 going across the front, 1 here on the edge, and then I think I'll split this up into maybe 4. So that would give me 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 twists on either side, 16 up front, and then 12 in the back. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. I actually just need to fix this part a little bit. I don't care about them being like super, super duper straight, but like especially in the back, but in the front, I wanna make sure that they don't look too crazy, I guess. Okay, I think that's good enough. So I'm going to go through and start sectioning these things off and applying my product. And this is so I can just kind of whisk through the braids when we get there. My hair is just like so dry. I don't know what it is this time after I washed it. Not good news, you know what I mean? I just want to moisturize it. Normally I would add some glycerin. I don't have any. So I'll just have to be moisturizing my braids with it when I get some more. I love glycerin. However, I'm going to use the Kinky Curling Custard as my leave-in conditioner. And then I'm gonna top it with a little oil to seal it in because this has very moisturizing ingredients. There is that. I'm just using, oopsie. I'm just using good old-fashioned olive oil, you guys. Good old-fashioned olive oil to seal it in. Good old-fashioned olive oil. And then, you know, of course, you want to moisturize your braids once they're installed. So let's get to the fun stuff. Like I said, I am going to section all of these off before I start braiding so I can kind of whisk through the braids as quickly as possible. So you can do this 2 ways. So I'm going to show you the rubber band way first, which, you know, most people know. I put in the rubber band, but I don't make it too tight. 1, because you have to get your hair through there. And 2, it's just not good to have super tight hairstyles. And these things will of course break should there be too much tension, but you just don't want it to be too tight. Like you don't want to have a headache when you're done because it's not really protective. It's yanking your hair, yanking your hair out. So I have that in. I'm gonna section off these front 3, or moisturize them, and then section them off. And you can also put like edge control on it. I'll probably put some on the very front ones, but I don't. Part of me thinks that when I put this on, the like when I try to re-moisturize, it won't penetrate through the edge control. So I only put it on places where like I need it kind of. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish moisturizing and sectioning this stuff off, and I'll show you guys what I look like, and then we'll kind of get into the installation thing. Okay, I got everything all sectioned off. So as you can see, and I wanted to mention that you can do this without the rubber bands. So in that case, I would just braid your hair like normal or twist it like normal if you're doing twists. I mean, it will make more sense once we feed in the hair and all that. But yeah, you can also do this without the rubber bands if you choose not to do so. Now, when I do box braids and stuff, because obviously I'm not a professional, so my technique is not 100%. It's pretty good, but it's not 100%. I actually braid lightly and like all the way down, like just a normal plait, just a normal single braid. And like I said, it will make more sense once we add in the hair, but I like to do this because typically when you have box braids or twists or something, the hair can start poking out, and that is not cute if you don't keep your braids neat. And so this kind of really helps with that. I'm just gonna braid them all the way down, and then I'll show you the kind of the last step of feeding the hair in and everything. Okay, time for the fun stuff. I braided all of these down and I have my hair. So how I select the appropriate amount is I kind of try to match it to what I have. Like I wouldn't take like a super large chunk because I feel like it just looks a little bit strange on me. And then also you want to take into account that there's both sides as well. So you can probably go, like if you put this together and I match it to this, yeah, I would say that's pretty good, pretty good. So I take my little piece of hair and my threader. I take the threader, stick it through the braid like this. Can you see? Then I take like the end piece of hair. I slide it through, and it's where it comes in for you to not make the little ponytail, little rubber band too tight because you want the hair to slide under there. Just secure enough, of course, but not too tight. So then I have the two pieces here, slide through. I mean, it gives you kind of that knotless look. You can tie this and then break the hair down, but I don't. I feel like it looks, you know, a little bit more natural that way. So, and then I just start braiding. And then I also braid securely. That gives it a better, you know, look that way. And like, even though my hair is braided, you can tell a little bit if you look really close, but like you barely can tell, like barely. Especially, you know, you want to make sure to braid secure. And then once I start getting closer to the end, I will start borrowing hair. But as you can see, it gives you a knotless look. Like, yeah, you can see the rubber band, but again, you can do this without a rubber band. You don't need a rubber band. I find it's just a little bit tighter, like ever so slightly. But if you just braid your hair without the rubber band, it still looks good too. And it also looks really natural that way. Like, I like it to look a bit natural. So now I'm going to start borrowing some of the hair so that, you know, we can braid all the way down. And this is kind of like a skill that you'll have to kind of practice, but I've done this a few times at this point. So, and if it's not perfect, it's fine. Like, you know, professional, and also even people who get their hair braided professionally, like you just really can't tell the difference. You know, just do your best, just like I do. And like I said, I'm not really going nowhere, none of us are. I just needed to kind of get my hair together. And I love this technique. It's just like, it's just so easy. It makes it super easy to like secure your roots and all that. And I just love it. So I'll show you one more. And I also love this hair too, because when you braid it all the way down to the end, like, it looks really good. It's not too boxy or anything. It doesn't look weird. So that's why I like this brand of hair. It's the Spectra brand. And there we go. So it looks really good. And that's the braid. It gives you like a quote unquote knotless look, and super easy. So I'm gonna get another piece of hair to match with my second braid. You know, give it a little look. Looks good. Make sure everything's, well, you really don't have to make sure it matches at that point. And again, I'm going to take the threader, stick it under the braid. I'm gonna pull it through. I'm gonna take the hair, slide it on in. You know, you wanna be careful if you don't wanna force it, like you don't wanna yank. Okay, got it in. Okay, got the hair in, got the ends all matched up, and then we're going to braid. Start braiding. Again, you want to ensure that your braids are secure. And if you look really closely, you can't really tell that my hair is already braided. But once you get down to the end, it helps things to not look puffy if your braiding skills like aren't the most on point. You know what I mean? If you're not like a professional hair braider. So this is just kind of how I do it, nice and easy. I've, like I said, taken some techniques and adapted it to what's easiest for me at home. And I love it. So we're gonna get all the way down to the bottom, and then I will finish everything and come back to show you the final look. It's 10:04, I have to finish these by 11. So wish me luck, guys, wish me luck. So second braid is done, that's what we're looking like. I'm gonna go ahead and finish these. I'll come back with the final look. Okay, beautiful people. I'm gonna show you the other way without the rubber band to do your box braids. So it's a very similar process. You're just not going to use the rubber band. So basically what I'm going to do, so you can see this is like an uneven part of hair. Like part of this is my bangs and then part of it isn't, but it doesn't really matter. It's totally fine. So I am just going to split it up into 3. And then do a simple braid. I'm not braiding super tight or anything. It's gonna be quite a loose braid. And I'll show you kind of what it looks like when I'm finished with it. It's going to be more secure to the root if you make it tighter, but I find it's like harder for them to be taken out. So I just do it loosely and it's totally fine. And then like when I get down to the end, if there's like a little bit extra because, you know, it's part bang and part your other hair, totally fine. So yeah, I just do that. And the technique is quite similar, really. You're just not using the rubber band. Yeah, this is super easy and I just haven't seen anyone do it like this, like me, who's like a not professional. And it just makes it so much easier and neater. So yeah, I stick the threader through, I put the little hair in, I'm gonna pull it through here just like I did the other way. Make sure it's even. Step back, because the hair is quite long. So do that. And then yeah, you just braid. It makes it look a little bit more natural because it's not so tight at the root. But really it's just up to like personal preference if you do or do not want to use, you know, a rubber band. But yeah, as you can see what it looks like compared to, you know, other, quite similar, just not as like tight. So yeah, I love it. And like I'm gonna get really close as you can see because I feel like people will ask like, can you see that the hair is braided or whatever? Like, you really cannot tell unless you're staring super close. So I just freaking love everything about this technique and I just feel like hit the jackpot. I have no problems doing box braids, or because a lot of people have issues like securing the roots and making it look neat and, you know, all of that. I do not have those problems now, and it's very easy and quick for me to install this hair due to this technique because I'm kind of like a perfectionist and like trying to make sure like all the little parts of my roots and ends get in there and things look tight and good, and you know, the securing it at the root is just like so difficult to do, but I'm obsessed. I feel like a visionary. I'm just kidding, but I am really proud of it. Let's keep braiding all the way down. Sometimes I'll dip these in hot water, sometimes I won't. It just kind of depends on my preference. This hair secures just fine at the bottom, so like as you can see. And if I didn't braid it tight enough, usually like, you know, by the time I get done with my head, usually I'll just go back and then just make sure it's tighter, and that is like, you know, fine. Like I'll kind of show you now. You don't want a lot of slack, so you just want to braid as tight as possible, and then that will keep them from unraveling. But also you can just dip them in hot water at the end as well, which I might do. It just kind of depends on how I'm feeling. Hi, okay, I just wanted to come back and show you the final product of the hair. And I think I have 16 plus 12, 28. I have 28 twists in my hair. So let me just show you the back. Quick little rotation. Yeah, and that's what we're looking like. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you liked it, subscribe for more. I will see you on my next one. Bye-bye. You also need one of these threaders. Oh, excuse me. Moisture. So I'm gonna show you the second way without the rubber band to get in. And then I also don't like going because, ooh, oh my God, an earring got out.